What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Medical Football. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Things We Learned. Manchester United 1, Brighton 2. Manchester United out of the FA Cup in the first round of games. The same way we were out in the first round of games of the Carabao Cup. A very, very poor result, poor performance in my opinion. A lot of questions we need to start asking in terms of the way forward, in terms of our structure. We have a lot of things that this game exposed, and you know, last game against Burnley exposed it a little bit, but today exposed it even more. And guys, we need to analyze, we need to discuss. So guys, let's jump right into it. The 5 things we saw in this game that we have to learn from. First and foremost is the fact that obviously I've said it many times that the way Fletcher would want to play, the way Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would want to play is a system that gives the players freedom, to express themselves, to go out, to try and make things happen attacking wise. But the issue and what we saw today clearly is what we have seen in the past. But clearly what we saw today is the fact that this is a team that is pushing to create things, sometimes going in droves, being highly effective in attacking, but forgetting the fact that football is not just attacking, football is defensive. And the best teams are teams that find the right structure on the ball and off the ball at the same time. So, for example, I saw moments where we had very, very terrific attacking shape, but our defensive shape was nothing to write home about. Our rest defense shape was nothing to write home about. I don't know what Fletcher has learned in school, but obviously this is not a system that can take us going forward further into the season, because this is the Premier League, for God's sake. You can't just be hyper attacking and forget the defensive. You can be attacking, but as I said earlier, try to create a defensive shape that helps you in your rest defense. So we had a lot of those moments where we attacked without a structure. Second thing is the fact that throughout this game, I can't tell you the structure we use for most parts. And not because maybe there wasn't a structure in the manager's mind, but at some point it was just, let us just play. And yes, as I said it many times in the Premier League, you can do that for some games. But the fact is, you can't do that consistently and get anything out of it. Many moments in this game, we just played. The players were just doing what they, you understand? Just do anything. There wasn't any tactical foundation to what we were doing. And it is really, really terrible. Really, really terrible. An example of this is the fact that in terms of our tactical frailty or tactical weakness in this game, is the fact that on the high press, we decided to go with an high press against a Brighton side. That is not bad. In the first leg under Harmony, we did an high press. But the fact is, when we did an high press in the first time we met them this season, we did an high press in such a way that when they decided to go long, right? And when they went long, if you remember that Brighton game, we were winning the second balls. We were winning the balls on the rest defense with a 3 of, you know, the lead. I know the lead played that game. We played that game also. We won the ball. But today, it happened more than 10 times. And every time it happened, I was very, very furious. How that still the goalkeeper of Brighton would just use one pass from the goalkeeper, one pass to erase our pressing structure. And they will find themselves in the middle of the pitch or in the final phase of their game. It's terrible. We have to call it out. What football are we playing that a goalkeeper will use one pass to break through our midfield, break through our pressing structure? Sometimes I saw our pressing structure in 2-3-1-4. Break through the 5 people on the front press. Terrible football. Terrible structure. I don't know what we are doing, but this is a terrible structure, and I was very furious. He did it many times. First half and second half. I thought in the second half, maybe the coach would have seen this and worked on it. He did see it. Still one pass, open up the defense, open up the midfield. The midfield was, even when we said our midfield was frail and they were overloading our midfield under Amorim, which was the truth. I think we got better as the season progressed. But the fact is, we are using a midfield of 3. Why are we still exposed? I complained about it against Burnley. I'm complaining about it today. We are still being crazily exposed in our midfield. Crazily exposed. It's as if we are not even at a certain point in the game. It's as if it's just one midfielder or 2 midfielders we're using. I'm using a 3-man midfield. There is no structure to help us to contain. We are being exposed. It's high risk, high reward. And the fact is, whenever you don't get the reward, you get punished. This is against a Brighton side that I felt were not that superb. What are we going to do against Manchester City and against Arsenal if we keep this high risk, high reward kind of football? We need to balance it. This is the Premier League, for God's sake. The next other point is the fact that we decided to go high press. The fact is, this team has shown, even during the days of Erik ten Hag, that we don't even have the players. We don't even have the players to successfully do a high pressing system. And we need to, yes, in certain games we can do that. Like I said, first leg of Brighton, we did that. But the fact is, for most part, this team is a team that will survive maybe on the mid block. We have to be very honest with ourselves. And that's one of the things I understand about this game. Because when we go to high press, if we are not able to win the ball, we are always exposed. So I think this is a decision we need to ask ourselves. And this is a decision that the manager needs to have asked himself. Are we still going to be saying, okay, we are united, want to play with the high press? Or be realistic and see what is on play and go to a mid block? It was terrible, man. Terrible decision to go on the high press. High press, high line. These are the things we saw under Erik ten Hag. A 4-2-4 shape. Today it was a 2-3-1-4 shape. In our present structure, I did not like that. To me, I did not like that. And how that it was played through. I don't want to mention players today. I felt today, the energy was there, but today I felt we lacked structure. And I have to say, I think that's what I just saw in this game. We lacked structure. We didn't even say, okay, this is what we're trying to do. Many of the times, so let us just play it long. Let us play to the sides. Let us play it long. Let's try and have individual moments. We cannot go back to this individual moment. We need to be a team that is more structured in how we play football. We truly need to be a team. I'm not saying whether Amorim or I'm not saying that because of my comments. We're not saying that. What we are saying now is the fact that moving forward, we need to be a team that plays football with structure. Brighton was not superb today, but you could see when they were playing, they played with structure. We did not play with structure. We were depending on too many of our long balls, too many, switch of plays, too many. Sometimes we're not patient that we are playing it. Just push out. Just push out. So we have to find solutions. We need to find solutions. I was not impressed with this game. Yes, the scoreline is 2-1 and we got one back. And I'm happy for Sesko that he got one back. But the fact is, we really suffered in the midfield. We suffered in overall play. If we had met a very, very good team, we have been defeated more than 2 today. I think you guys watch the game, you can see it. And we have to solve that. We have to balance how we are going forward and how we are coming back. So guys, these are my opinions on this game. I don't want to talk much. I know I've said a lot, but let me not talk much. But these are my opinions on this game. We have a lot to work on. We have a lot of things we need to question ourselves. So we will discuss this further in our tomorrow's episode that comes out every Monday. So please stick with us. As usual, we know every Monday we talk about Manchester United. Let's have that discussion about what we need to do moving forward. I know, based on report, I think this is Fletcher's last game. Let's see what we're able to do moving forward. So guys, thank you for sticking with me. I remain my humble self, Shegun. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. Until I see you next time. Bye.